Mr. President, each of us takes on an agenda in Congress of things that are important to us personally, and sometimes one or two of those issues become very, very personal and very important to you. The one that has become very personal to me relates to the DREAM Act. The DREAM Act is a bill that I introduced 10 years ago. 10 years ago. Now, to serve in the Senate, you have to be a patient person because nothing happens quickly. But 10 years is long enough. And I'm urging my colleagues on both sides of the aisle to take a close look at this legislation today. First, to explain what it's all about. It's a bill that would allow students to literally earn legal status in America. These are students who came to the United States as children. They have been here for a long period of time. They have good moral character. They must graduate from high school, speak English, and complete at least 2 years of service to our country in the military or at least 2 years of college. I've talked to the presiding officer. That can include vocational training, which I think can be equally valuable to many young people. I certainly believe that that should be part of this conversation. The DREAM Act would make us a better and stronger country. These young people are waiting for the opportunity to contribute to America. I've come to the floor dozens of times now to tell their stories. There was a time when they were afraid to speak out and to identify themselves, but thank God that's changed. They now speak up because they understand that when people see who they are, what they have done, and what their dreams are, that they can appreciate the fact that these are good young people who, when given a chance, will make us a safer and stronger nation. That's why this proposal has been supported by the Department of Defense. They want these young people, these high school graduates of good character, to come into our military and make it better. And of course, many others see this as a valuable addition to our economy. Tomorrow's engineers and scientists and teachers and doctors and lawyers and entrepreneurs. These young people can make America a better place. I contacted the Obama administration, along with 21 of my colleagues earlier this year, or last year I should say, asking that they take a look at these young people when it comes to deportation. Understand, we estimate there are 11 million undocumented people in America. There are some who just say, oh, send them all back. That is not even in the realm of reality. And so I've asked the Obama administration, along with 20 of my colleagues, focus on those who are any danger to the United States and send them back, deport them. In fact, the Obama administration has done just that. And I've asked them as well, since we have limited resources, please try to identify those who might fall under the qualification of the DREAM Act and do not deport them. Now, there are some who argue, oh, wait a minute, they should all go. But we know we have limited resources for enforcement. If you were a state trooper parked on the side of a highway in Illinois or West Virginia, and the speed limit is 55 miles an hour, and one car comes by at 65 miles an hour, and the next one comes hurtling by at 110 miles an hour, and you can only go after one car, which one will you go after? You know the answer. You go after the car that's traveling so fast that it's a danger to the occupants and everyone else. The same thing is true when it comes to questions of deportation. Use good prosecutorial, sound judgment with limited resources to deport only those people who could be a threat or danger to this United States. That's the first priority. Just earlier today, Senator Grassley, who is the ranking member of the Senate Judiciary Committee, came to the floor and claimed that the Obama administration is using this discretionary authority to implement the DREAM Act because it failed to pass Congress. I respectfully disagree with my friend from Iowa. The DREAM Act would give these young people a chance to earn legal status. That is not the case when it comes to deportation. Even if they are not deported, they are still not in a permanent legal situation here in the United States. Their future is still in doubt and in question. So there is no parallel as far as that's concerned. I've come to the floor many times to introduce those who follow this debate to these young people, to get to know who they are and why I think this cause is important and their lives are important to us. Let me introduce today two of them. This is Ala Makaho. Alla is of Palestinian descent, was brought to the United States by her parents 19 years ago when she was 7 years old. She is 26 and she grew up in the suburbs of Chicago, my home state. She was an honors student in high school and graduated from the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, a great university, with a bachelor's degree in architecture. She sent me a letter and here's what she said. Being undocumented and with no pathway to citizenship means I actually can't use my architectural degree. It means I can't get a job and move forward with my life. This year, once again, we wait for Congress to do the right thing and give undocumented young people all across America a chance to better serve our communities and our country. I'm an asset to this country, a resource with a desire to make good use of my degree. I want to be able to work and design affordable housing for low-income communities. In the finest American tradition, Alla has become an activist. She has stepped out to introduce herself to America, so we know who these DREAM Act students are and what they could mean to the future of our nation. Let me also introduce to you this lovely young lady, Maria Luna. Maria has a heartbreaking but inspiring story. Her mother lives in the United States, but just before she was to be born in the United States, her mother fled the country and gave birth to her on the Mexican side of the border. Maria's mother abandoned her in Mexico at that point, left her when she was only 3 days old. Luckily, her grandmother stepped in and started raising Maria in Los Angeles, California. Her grandmother passed away when Maria was 10 years old. After her grandmother's death, Maria went to live with her biological mother, who unfortunately was abusive, both physically and emotionally, to this young woman. While she was in high school, Maria learned that she did not have legal status because she was actually born across the border in Mexico. She asked her mother to file the papers for her so that she could be legal in America. Her mother refused. And she threatened to turn her in to the authorities if she caused any trouble at home. Maria persevered. She became a straight-A student. She graduated from high school with a 4.2 GPA. This is what she said: even though everything that I was facing at home, even through everything that I was facing at home, I was able to find relief at school. At school, I felt worthy. My dignity was returned. I was valued based on my merit and drive. In 2010, Maria graduated from California State University of Sacramento. She also decided to start to tell her story publicly about why she believes the DREAM Act is so important. Maria wants to go to business school and become an entrepreneur. She's begun a career in modeling, as you can tell, a lovely young lady. And although she doesn't have legal status and can't really be paid for her work, she sent me a letter, and here's what she said. Through my involvement with the DREAM Act, I have learned of many students who, like me, have excelled despite tough odds. One thing that we all share in common is our hunger to succeed and give back to this country. My dreams and ambitions are all for America. This is where I belong. I know no other home. It is here that I was given an opportunity. It is here that I've become educated. America adopted me and raised me as her own. And because of that, I am forever indebted to her. All I want is to have the ability to give back to my country. Mr. President, you and I know that this is a nation of immigrants. We are fortunate that at some point in the past, our parents and grandparents had the courage and determination to come to these shores and fight the odds. They came here speaking broken English, if any English. They persevered through the rejection of people who wanted nothing to do with immigrants. They took the dirtiest, hardest jobs available because that was it, and they prayed that their kids would have a better life. That was the immigrant's dream, and it always has been. That is the dream of these children, that they can have a better life, that they can make this a better country. All they're asking for is a chance to earn the right to be legal, to earn it, not to be given it, but earn it. I'm going to continue to work for passage of the DREAM Act. I hope that my colleagues on both sides of the aisle will look at this in an honest and fair way. I know that immigration has been a hot-button issue since right after the Pilgrims got off the Mayflower. The next boat that arrived, I'm sure some of the Pilgrims said, "Oh, not more of those people." Well, that's the story of America. And thank goodness a lot of those immigrants from Italy, from Lithuania, from Poland, from China, from Mexico, decided to stick it out and fight for their future. These young people deserve that same opportunity.